Good morning. Welcome to the Weather Desk. I'm meteorologist Craig Muller, joined by two wonderful people. And I say this because you guys have been recruited to help out with this special edition of the Weather Desk. So we had the snow come in this morning. And I say storm, a storm system coming through, gave us snow. And we're going to continue with the special edition. Normally here on the Weather Desk, we cover stories from all around the world.
Right.
But because I've had such extensive coverage over the last couple hours, we're like, we're going to keep it rolling. And we're going to focus on what's been happening right here in Hampton Roads.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of great pictures in, too. I've been very excited about our daybreakers sending us stuff. That's been good.
Team Snow.
Yeah. We're going to share that. A lot of people are very happy. Before I get into what's happening right now, and things are improving, I want to get just real quickly your opinions on what we've seen. Obviously, pretty to look at, but I mean, you cover traffic and you see all of this stuff that's going on. Sometimes it can be extremely crazy out there. And you did traffic for a number of years.
Yeah.
How do you think motorists have been doing overall? And what do you think about this event?
I think today was honestly okay because Fridays are
It's Friday, yep.
If it was yesterday, we may be looking at a whole different scenario. So,
Right.
And it's been interesting to watch, you know, in the areas that didn't have snow, they still
Right.
did have rain. And when it rains here, people don't do well on the roads.
That's enough
Exactly.
to create chaos.
Exactly.
Actually, you know, I think back, you know, over the years, and you were doing traffic like 13 years ago or something like that with us. You know, there were times when maybe the organization wasn't always quite as good from just a commuting and getting information out. Technology and the pre-treatment, the advanced stuff. VDOT's done a heck of a job.
They've done a great job. And I mean, I got to shout out our weather team, too. I mean, you've kind of prepared Hampton Roads for what we've saw. We were saying all morning long, like, it's exactly what we've been saying all week in the days coming up to today. So, like, it was not a surprise for any of us because of the weather coverage. Everyone knew what to expect.
Well,
it was great.
I appreciate that. The model's doing a great job. And our National Weather Service out in Wakefield really communicating the expectations to city managers and VDOT, everybody else. So let's get into what's happening right now. We have our crews for this special edition of the Weather Desk. We'll be hearing from folks out in the field, Jeremiah, Jordy, and Taylor here in a bit. But I want to start off by taking a look at some of the snow that was falling across parts of the region earlier. Again, the snow was widespread and coming down. It was light to moderate at times. We saw accumulating snow out around western parts of the area, Williamsburg, Tuano, Norge, Lightfoot, out around Windsor. You saw that video there with the snow coming down out around Wakefield, and we've seen the snow adding up in areas out across Suffolk, even the peninsula like Denbigh and Kiln Creek, some of the communities we had viewers sending in pictures. So the snow was adding up there. Gloucester a little bit more, and then over to the eastern shore as well. It's been mostly just wet, though, for most of the south side and certainly North Carolina. It's just been too warm. Temperatures have been above freezing, and that was the expectation. We've seen a little bit of mixing at times early this morning, but that warmer air is coming in off the ocean in the bay, pushing westward, and that's why we've seen the transition over to rain. And really, the back edge of this stuff, very fragmented now. We've got some dry areas, still some light showers, but it's really winding down, and you can see the last of the snow showers back out around I-95. This stuff's moving along pretty quickly. It won't be with us that much longer. Now, I do want to take a little closer look up around Williamsburg. Still some very light snow and maybe a little bit of mixing. We have seen up on the Middle Peninsula, Taylor Stephenson. She's been out in our Weather Impact Interceptor. Temperature now in Saluda, 33 degrees. You can see south side warmer, upper 30s to low 40s and low to mid 40s for northeast North Carolina. I want to check in with Taylor if she's available now out in the Weather Impact Interceptor. And Taylor, again, you've been monitoring the conditions. It was interesting. Early this morning, you saw going up, wet to snow, then a lot of snow, and now coming back. Tell us what you're seeing right now where you are, and talk to us about road conditions.
Good morning, Craig. You're absolutely right. We started off on the south side this morning. Temperatures on the south side earlier today, right around 5 a.m., 5:30, we're in the upper 30s. We kept progressively going north, knowing that that rain snow line was going to be pushing closer to the peninsulas. Once we got into Gloucester Point, it went from cold rain to snow. And so here's what I'm looking at right now in our Weather Impact Interceptor. This is our brand new vehicle that has multiple cameras cameras. So it gives us views from the front, from the side, from on top of the roof, where right now the rooftop camera is blocked by some accumulating snow. But right now you can see the roads are just a little bit wet. Not bad conditions at all. As earlier on in our newscast, we showed you the VDOT sand truck that was in plow, that was passing by and dropping some sand on the roads to treat the roads actively. Right now, we're seeing just very small droplets coming down, so a little bit hard to tell what's going on here when it comes to the actual precipitation. So I'm going to go to my radar on my phone, and right now we are crossing over out of Gloucester Point, getting closer to Yorktown now, and it's looking like we're starting to transition over into a very, very light rain. But moisture is starting to become a little bit harder to come by now as we progress through the mid to late morning. So no snowfall actively. I'm actually going to roll down my window to make sure right now. It looks like it's very, very light rain here as we're about to cross over from the Middle Peninsula into the peninsula. So again, seeing that as temperatures rise, we're going to see that transition over from a snow to a rain. Right now, temperatures from our monitor on the ground, 35.4 degrees. So even if snow was to be falling at this moment, making it to the ground, it would just go over into more of a rain slush. So otherwise, good news is that road conditions are fine, but we'll talk more about what I'm seeing heading back to the south side in a few minutes. Craig, you have any questions for me?
I love this so much, Taylor. We've got you here. We're going to ask you a couple of quick questions. It's funny. We have all this great technology. Nothing beats a surface observation. So she says, I'm rolling down the window right now and feeling outside. That's important to take time to do that. Earlier this morning, you had your hand exposed and you grabbed a handful of snow and you said it was pretty moist. It looked like from the side of the weather interceptor there, the impact interceptor, that a lot of that snow is already starting to really compact and melt already. Is that what you're seeing as you drive southward?
Yeah, so point number one, don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. Please have gloves. You know, I need to make sure that I invest in some gloves next time, but thankfully our our photojournalist, Jaron, had some gloves to give me, so shout out to him. But right now, as you see, yeah, the snow that we had was very wet. It was compact, and now as we cross over into onto the peninsula, into Yorktown, you can see that anything that was snow here on the northern sides of the peninsula have now just melted over into a rain. So not seeing anything here from our view. I'll give you another look in front of us and you can see that it was snowing here actively earlier this morning, and now any traces of that snow on the roads completely gone as temperatures hover just above freezing. So we definitely are seeing that wet snow becoming more of just some leftover wet water on the roads.
Taylor, as you just came across the bridge there, one of the areas we're always concerned with is bridges and overpasses. Were you able to see the pavement temperatures on the interceptor there as you guys came over? How are we doing out there?
So good point. Yes, and Craig and I talked about this earlier. During a break, we were on the phone and we were talking about how bridges start to cool down faster because you have an elevated surface, and because there's no ground underneath a bridge, that air is allowed to wrap around that bridge and cools it down much faster than the roads. A lot of times you'll see these signs that say bridge ices before the roads, and that's because those bridges cool down because of its exposure to the air being elevated from the surface. But really, we saw maybe half a degree difference between the bridge we were just on and where we are now here on the main road in Yorktown. Right now, the air temperature is reading at the ground temperature is reading at 35.9 degrees. When we were over the bridge, it was about 35.4, 35.5. So just a bit cooler, but still, because temperatures are above freezing, not seeing really any impactful snow. I am still seeing some just on those grassier areas you can see here. But as we've also talked about, Craig, the VDOT's done a great job of pre-treating the roads, especially those bridges where I haven't seen any type of hazardous road conditions so far here on either the Middle Peninsula or the Peninsula.
Love it. Thank you so much, Taylor. Appreciate your reports and your hard work this morning. I know you're coming back to the station. You'll be with us through the noon show, so we appreciate all your hard work today. I want to talk a little bit more about this stuff winding down. We'll check some temperatures. I know you guys have some other stories to get to as well. Let's take a look at Max 1 if we can, and we'll get it back into the radar. You're going to see the activity that's out there starting to break up. It's fragmented, and it's been moving along. You still see some showers. South side, North Carolina, it's always been rain. And off to the north, Middle Peninsula, now seeing more rain pushing in off the bay. Temperatures across North Carolina, mid to upper 30s from Rich Square and Ahoskie through Harrellsville, Gatesville, Sunbury. As you get closer to the coast, temperatures right now at the Outer Banks, practically shorts weather, right? Mid to upper 40s. Maybe that's a stretch. All right. Well, anyway, I bet you I could find somebody at the Outer Banks hanging out in their, board shorts. But anyway, temperatures are milder there. At the ocean front in Virginia Beach, 43 degrees, the same at Pungo. It's 40 at Bayside, upper 30s to near 40 around Ocean View, and at the airport, 41. We have mid 30s inland, still cooler out across Isle of Wight. It's one of the areas where you may still see a few snow showers or snow flurries kind of passing through. A little bit of light precip, but look at all those peninsula temperatures down mid to upper 30s, and that's exactly what Taylor just reported from the Weather Interceptor. So we are seeing this all very consistent now. Slightly cooler up around Saluda, Jamaica. You can see West Point still at 32. The eastern shore warming up now as the bay is taking over. I'm going to be back with more forecast information. I'm going to let you guys continue with some more on the news.
Yeah, I think we have a check of our traffic impacts this morning as we take a look outside. US 17, just saw that plow go by this morning. And once again, as Taylor was mentioning, a lot of melting is occurring on the roads and then on the grassy surfaces, but there are areas where you will still encounter some snow, and with that, it is best to be diligent as you head out the door this morning. Good news is morning commute has wrapped up. It's 9:14, so we're really not seeing any rush hour traffic anymore, no major congestion, and no major incidents that we're watching right now. Do be aware your bridges and tunnels, as she was mentioning, will be a little cooler, so you may encounter some icy spots, but the Monitor Merrimack is looking good, as well as the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and the James River Bridge. All will work for you as you head out the door this morning. Bowers Hill Interchange, completely different look at your traffic than we saw with that camera up near Williamsburg. No snow on the ground there, just wet conditions. That's a place where we just saw rain all morning long. So once again, it will vary depending on where you are. Bridge opening set for today, the James River Bridge at 11 o'clock. The Coleman Bridge is set to open at 1 o'clock, and don't forget it is under maintenance right now. All the bridge openings are manual, and they will take 45 minutes to an hour. So plan ahead, some extra time there. Good to see, though, that the road conditions are improving.
Well, let's turn to this now. The Virginia Department of Transportation says it's prepared for whatever the storm system brings. VDOT crews spent the week pre-treating roads and highways across Hampton Roads with salt brine to create a protection barrier against the snow and the ice. VDOT's also warning drivers to be especially careful when roads are slick.
You have your overpasses, your ramps, your shaded areas. Those areas are areas that potentially could freeze. Again, you don't have ground underneath there. Give yourself enough stopping distance. Give yourself enough distance between you and the other motorists around you.
Yeah, some good reminders there. VDOT says drivers should leave a little earlier than usual today, especially if they're heading toward the more western part of the state. All right, coming up next, Craig will have another check on your forecast. Plus, we'll get another live look at conditions around the region with our crews.
No, there's only one break with the weather desk, which we're in right now. So we're going to come out. Let's come out not with the forecast. I will finish with the forecast. I can always condense or expand. Also, can you have the holiday boat parade mention? Welcome back to the weather desk. We've had a weather impact alert all morning for the snow and for the potential travel impacts. We were saying earlier, folks are doing really well, though.
Yeah, and it just depends on where you are. Some people seeing rain and are like, why am I not seeing snow?
Right.
We never said that.
Yeah, everyone's going to be
yeah.
rain south side of North Carolina, where we did get that mix in snow. That's where we were anticipating it. And we've got some really cool pictures to share from some of our viewers. So why don't we go ahead and bring a few of those up. And this first one from Williamsburg. What do you think of that, Ashley? It was so funny. You saw some with the holiday decorations, and it almost took your breath away.
Yeah.
Some beautiful shots.
I'm telling you, especially as, you know, the sun started to come up, so you have that beautiful blue light of the morning along with that dusting of snow just on the roof and covering the furniture there. Like, how pretty is that? It's just
the trees.
Gorgeous to see. And the trees, yes. Thank you, Marlene, for sending that, by the way. I mean, and I think we're going to Newport News now here in just a moment. Come on.
Cindy Gibson, how about
My
it?
goodness, these images.
Be careful on the deck.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Very
that's
careful.
a great point. And that's one of the things that I always mention when we get even a light coating. You know, you look outside, you know it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I'm telling you, if you have to let the pup out or, you know, do something. I actually had a viewer send in a picture with some of the paw prints on the snow on the deck. Yeah. Those elevated surfaces can be icy. I don't want any 13 News Now viewers slipping and twisting or falling because you weren't prepared to see a little ice on some of those decks. So that's a prime example, Cindy. Thank you so much for sharing that. And again, this will be melting later today if it hasn't already with some of the rain kind of mixing in. But it is a little touch and go. We're going to James City County here with this next view. And again, very pretty. I love like the snow just dusting the trees, especially those evergreens.
That reminds me of Minnesota.
That does it.
You say Minnesota really well. Usually it's Minnesota, but you say Minnesota.
I've trained.
Yeah, I was going to say you've been working on it, huh?
It looks great.
It really is. It's just gorgeous. Light snow, maybe an inch or so up there in James City County with that picture. But again, just kind of sprinkling or dusting, almost like powdered sugar on a cookie there on those trees. Let's go to our next picture. And again, we've got some great images. We thank you all for sending them in. Denise from Williamsburg. Again, that patio furniture looking a little chilly.
Maybe time to bring that inside.
Well, it looks like a great setup. I mean, gosh, I'd love to go visit Denise and hang out with their fam and just, you know, enjoy a good picnic or something out there on their back patio. But not this morning.
No, not today.
Little chilly there. All right, that's up in Williamsburg. And we were seeing some of the heavier amounts of snow really just off to the west and northwest of Williamsburg. So again, for all of our viewers that are taking the time, thank you so much. Let's head over to the Eastern Shore, and you can see this one. Yeah, this came in from Big Wood Electric. We also had this one on Facebook. You can see, again, this was a dusting up around Melfa. And it was interesting because as this fell, Melfa was one of those areas that I was really kind of not pulling my hair out, but looking, saying, okay, they are going to be influenced by that bay and coastal ocean water. They're going to warm up. But they were below freezing the whole time. It really took a while. So you even had some of the freezing up there around Melfa for a little while. Fortunately, temperatures are now warming up that way on the Eastern Shore. Good stuff.
Love these pictures.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Well, we thank you guys again for doing that. I understand we have not just a viewer pick, but a live pick. Jeremiah, you've been hanging in with us. You are out in Wakefield, and you've seen more snow out that way, haven't you?
Yes, I definitely have. When we first arrived, I want to say the ground was completely covered in snow, especially in those grassy areas. The primary roads always were okay, just wet and slick, but it was really cool to look down those residential roads and see rooftops covered, porches covered. I mean, it really looked like a winter wonderland. But if you look around me right now, you can see we're kind of in the mix of what I would call the great meltdown. So we're starting to see some of the ice that was on the ground kind of melt away, and as things are starting to warm up. But there's still, like this vehicle right here, you can see there's still a layer of snow sitting on top. So we know it snowed today, of course, but yeah, out here in Wakefield, we're just seeing conditions improve greatly, and it's really quite amazing to see how conditions up here have changed since we've been out and about since 4 this morning.
Somebody's ramping up the engine a little bit.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, now Wakefield,
I know.
One of those treasures. I absolutely love the community out there. Beautiful country, very serene when you don't have like loud trucks gunning their engines going by.
Right.
I got to ask you on a personal note, Jeremiah, have you ever been to Virginia Diner?
Ooh.
Lunch break.
No, I've never been to a diner here. No. What are you? What's
All right.
there?
So
What's there?
Jeremiah,
What's delicious?
this is
You know,
a
I'm a
pro
Southern
tip.
girl.
Yes. No, so this is a new thing, okay? And I hadn't suspected that you had done this. Do yourself and your photographer a favor and put on your phone, get your directions over to Virginia Diner. It's
Yes.
right there in the heart of Wakefield. Some of the best food, you will love it, and some Southern cooking, good on the bones.
Yep.
All right,
Warm up after
yeah,
Yep, get
you
the
will love
pecan
it while
pie.
you're out in Wakefield. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely worth sticking your head in. And if you love peanuts, oh my gosh, the
Yeah.
diner's peanuts, phenomenal.
Yeah, just grab a bag, get that. I mean, in a plate.
Those make you go crazy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
They
yeah.
do.
Yes, I definitely will. I'm really excited. I'll try the peanuts. Chicken biscuit with
Oh.
grape jelly right now has
Oh.
my name on it,
Wow.
so I'm really excited for that.
Okay.
And some hot cocoa. Some hot cocoa. I know, Ashley, it's very specific, but I have my eye on the prize. I really want it.
It's okay. I mean, I think I
after
get it,
today,
though.
it's been really been an amazing day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great day to be out here. It has not been one of those days where it's felt very overwhelming. It's been really cool to follow and track the weather across Hampton Roads and out further into this community here in Wakefield. So it's really been great.
Jeremiah, thank you so much for your reports this morning, for getting up so early and getting out there. You've certainly brought us some great images. And again, go to Virginia Diner. That's the
Go.
name of the
Right
place.
now.
You
You're
must.
You're going to enjoy
Virginia
it. All right?
Diner.
Let's go ahead right now. We'll say thank you so much to Jeremiah. And I think Jordy Clark is standing by as well. If she's ready to go, Jordy, you too have provided some gorgeous pictures. You got a little snow on your hood, which tells me it's either still snowing up where you are or you've been standing outside way too long. What's up?
So both, but it's honestly, we're enjoying it today. Now, we have obviously made it all the way up from Norfolk to here in Williamsburg. It's my first time in Williamsburg, and honestly in this area of Virginia. So it's certainly beautiful, very picturesque, and we've tried to take advantage of a lot of what we've seen. I mean, honestly, we love the snow coating the trees, and it's such a beautiful day to enjoy it. I mean, as much as I cannot stand the cold, I enjoy it. I layer it up well, and it's not that bitter freezing where you immediately walk out and your eyebrows have frozen to your face. It's none of that. It's honestly, it's comfortable, it's okay, and the roads have not been too bad. You know, honestly, it's been nice to hear Marta not have to run around and track all of the traffic that we typically have. I think people have been taking it slow and just doing a good job of being mindful of those spots. And so now we are currently at College Landing Park. I didn't realize how many parks are around here, and for anyone who knows me knows I'm Miss Environment, Miss Agriculture, so I'm always looking for these types of areas, and it is so beautiful here. I mean, honestly, you see the water behind me, just very very picturesque scene out here. And honestly, we're under a tree right now, so anything that's dropping on me is actually because of the tree specifically. But earlier today, or this morning, I mean, it was certainly coming down. The snow was pretty thick. For a minute there, we were getting a little nervous when it came to driving conditions, but that has since tapered off. But now we kind of feel more of that wetness coming down. It doesn't feel like that heavy-ish snow that we had earlier. So certainly been interesting just to see how much that's changed just throughout the span of a few hours, and just the span of an hour drive up north, is seeing how much of a difference we have in the types of precipitation around here. And I'm from the Eastern Shore, so every time we mention it, I kind of get excited because I'm like, what's going on up there? And I check back with my previous meteorologist about what they're seeing up there, and certainly always the same, that this region of you might get snow, you might not. It's always going to look a little different each time. So it's been very interesting, to say the least, just to see how beautiful it is. And honestly, the roads, they have seemed to be treated well, I will say. People, they're out, they're driving. Now on the back roads, when we were getting here to this park, got a little dicey there for a minute, a little that slush in those areas. So certainly be mindful of those back roads, those side roads, those neighborhoods that aren't always fully cleared out, and you might see more of that slushiness area. But honestly, it's just been such a beautiful, beautiful morning. And I'll take this type of snow any day. Okay, when we get to the blizzard, that's when I'm done. I'm checked out.
I hear you, Jordy. Hey, thank you thank you so much for taking the time again this morning. We got started extra early. 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
And going nonstop since then, so 6 hours of coverage. Our reporter's doing a great job. Appreciate you, Jordy. All right, we need to talk a little bit more about kind of the end of this stuff, and we do see light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, that is true. Let's talk a little bit about some news related to this system. Local companies are stocked up for those who need to prepare homes and businesses for winter weather. It's only early December. We got a lot to go. We could even see more snow later this season. Chesapeake-based Hampton Roads Mowers and Mulch has pallets of ice melt ready for commercial and residential customers.
We have currently a huge inventory. We just got a truckload in, so we are fully stocked. We have 50-pound bags. They're running $12 right now. General homeowners can use 1 or 2 bags, per snowfall.
They say since this is just the beginning of winter, it doesn't hurt to get prepared for the next couple of months.
All right, guys, we are winding up the show with our special edition of the Weather Desk. If we can, I'll just show you the radar again. The activity is winding down, mainly rain showers. It won't be with us that much longer. Look at how it is quieting down now. As we go through the afternoon, temperatures will climb to about 46, 47 tomorrow, and 50 on Sunday. Cooler early next week. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here on the Weather Desk. Remember, we do it each and every weekday. We'll see you next time.